April is National Financial Literacy Month, and nearly all of us can agree everything costs so much more right now. So what can we do to make our money go further? We have author and certified financial educator Steve Siebold joining us once again this morning with some money-saving tips. How you doing, Steve? Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you, Java.
Glad you're joining us. You joined us, I think it was about 2 years ago, maybe 3, talking about your book, How Money Works, and you gave so many great tips. So let's do it again. Things are a little pricey right now. As I mentioned, we can all agree on that. You have some tips for us for how we can save. Where should we start?
Well, I would start with avoiding debt. You know, be careful with debt. Debt is either compound interest works for you, as we talk about in our book, or it works against you. If you're in debt, it works against you. If you're an investor and a saver, it works for you. So try to avoid debt at all costs.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Right, exactly. Tip number 2.
Refinance if you possibly can. If you're a homeowner, refinance your mortgage. Now's a good time to do it. It's kind of crazy out there financially, as we all know. There's war in Europe. Inflation's at a 40-year high. There's all kinds of things going on. So if you can refinance and save some money on your mortgage, it's a really good strategy. Tip
number 3, you say it's good to have several streams of income, right? Have some passive income.
Yeah, create passive income. There's all kinds of things you can do, especially online. You know, become an affiliate of Amazon or eBay or somewhere where you can, make passive income. You can sell things, and you can have money coming in, so you have multiple streams of income instead of just from your job or from your career.
Okay, good. Number 4, you say search for good deals, and that's good deals everywhere.
Yeah, there's so many deals. I mean, especially now, again, everything's going up. Food costs are going up. Publix, of course, based in Florida, has a great program now, a Club Publix, I believe they call it. You can save $5 for every 30 you spend or something like that. I mean, these little savings, they sound small, but they really do add up. So look for the deals because they're out there.
Yeah, they are. We just did a story about how to save money at the pump. So go online to see that. There are a lot of ways to save. Tip number 5.
Well, arbitrage, which is just a fancy way of saying you buy something at a low cost and you sell it at a higher cost. Basically, like going to a dollar store, for example. We have a dollar store down the street from my house, and I go down there all the time. And bought my wife an anniversary card yesterday, and it cost $2 instead of $8.
Exactly.
The same card.
I do the same thing.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. But you can, you save money, but then you can also resell those things. And I probably won't sell her the anniversary card. I'd probably be in the doghouse if I did that. But I could if I wanted to, and sell it for $6 instead of $8.
Okay. Oh, great idea. Tip number 6, you say volume discounts.
Yeah, places like Sam's Club, Costco, anywhere where you're buying online, direct from Amazon even. I mean, because there's no middleman with Amazon. There's so many ways you can get volume discounts where you're buying, things you're going to buy anyway, toilet paper, any kind of paper goods, products like that. I mean, why not buy it up front and get a deal? You're going to need it anyway. You're going to buy it anyway. So why not buy it now if you can afford to?
You're going to need it. You're going to use it. That's a good idea. What's your last tip for us?
Dollar cost averaging, which is really another fancy way of saying if you're going to invest in something, let's say you're going to invest $1,000 in a stock or in some kind of asset. Well, then dollar cost averaging just basically, Benjamin Graham introduced this in his book, The Intelligent Investor in the 70s, where he said instead of trying to time the market, to time prices in the market of, let's say, of a stock, which is very, very difficult to do, even the experts can't get it right, then what you do is say, okay, I'm going to invest $1,000 in a stock over the course of a year. Well, instead of that, invest $85 a month, and you're going to hit some of the highs and some of the lows, but over time, you'll probably get a fair price for what you're paying for.
Okay, nice. Great tips this morning. Let's talk a little bit more about the book, How Money Works. How long has it been out? How's it been doing?
Yeah, I wrote this book with my co-author Tom Matthews, who's a 40-year financial veteran, fantastic, professional, and it's been out for 2 years. It's currently the best-selling personal finance book of 2020, since 2020 in the United States. So it's sold over 500,000 copies. It's easy to read. You can teach it. We teach it in high schools all over the country. Just these basics of personal finance, which we all need to know.
Right, so we can teach the kids, but you can even learn these skills as an adult and start applying them, right? Because, I mean, it's so interesting that so many people are not on top of this financial literacy, right? A lot of people are still learning.
Yeah, we teach classes every day all over the country. There's 10,000 of us educators doing this, and that's the people they're intimidated, and we weren't taught these things in school. Of course, now Florida has passed a law where they have to teach some financial literacy, which is great. Yay, Florida. We need that all over the country, but for the rest of us that are out of school and don't know, it can be intimidating because you think, well, I'm starting late, I don't have a lot of money, that kind of thing. You don't need a lot of money, and it's okay if you start late. Just read the book and implement those with a professional, and you can change your life with it, literally.
Okay, perfect. Any other tips you have for us before we let you go, Steve?
I would say educate yourself more than anything else. I mean, that's the reason we really wrote this book. We really want it to be a book that people understand. Just educate yourself. You don't have to have a degree in finance. You don't be intimidated by it. Believe me, you can read this book in about an hour, and you can implement these things. Get a financial professional to help you so you don't get ripped off by the financial companies, because that happens. And then have them walk you through the process. It's not intimidating. You can do this. Believe me, you can do it.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us. I hope to have you in the studio here in Tampa Bay soon, all right?
Love to come back, Java.
Okay, take care. If you'd like to get your hands on this book, Start Learning Today, you can visit howmoneyworks.com to get more tips.